Welcome back to Witness Stories. This one I call Follow the T-Shirt. So my wife and I, plus our 3 kids, lived in a very old house in the hills of Beaverton above and southwest of Portland, Oregon. In this house there was a small living room at the front of the house, and at the back of the living room was a doorway to the all-in-one dining and kitchen room. Going further to the back of the room is the kitchen half. Facing the back, at the right side back corner, is a back door and a landing for the entry to go upstairs. So you had to go to the back of the kitchen, turn to the right, and turn around 180 degrees and go up the stairs. And those stairs go up and towards the front of the house. And up there are 2 bedrooms on the second floor. There's a wall separating the side of the stairs from the kitchen, so it's a pretty blind, enclosed stairway. And all of these are not very large spaces. As was typical in the evening, the kids were watching TV, and my wife and I were standing in the kitchen getting dinner ready. It was getting dark outside, and lighting in the kitchen is adequate, but not super bright. It had wood paneling, which absorbs light as well. It's an old house. At one point, my wife and I had just turned, both of us had just turned towards, almost facing each other. She was at the back, towards the back kitchen, towards facing the back of the house. She was towards the left part of the kitchen, and I was near the front of the kitchen, just almost in the middle of the kitchen. And we turned to face each other, and then she was going to cross my path, and I was going to go to where she was standing. And just as we turned towards each other, something crossed from my left in the dining room, going towards the landing for the stairs. As my wife and I came closer to each other a step or two, the thing disappeared around the corner as if it was going upstairs. And this was in some way just in the corner of her perception. Neither one of us reacted to it at first. What my mind saw was only a white t-shirt. That was it. No body. And she saw something more like a white goat. My mind, my thoughts, just assumed it was a kid, and just ignored what I was really seeing. And she assumed it was our dog, which was kind of a yellow white, not pure white like that. So she almost just dismissed it as well. But these were perceptions and not thoughts or full recognitions for some reason. At the point my wife and I were within another step or two of each other, she stops suddenly and says to me, "Did you see that?" And I told her that I was a little bemused. I told her that, yeah, I just saw, only a t-shirt, come to think about it. A white t-shirt. I realized something was not normal. In fact, she realized it too, as she said it looked more like a goat to her. And for some reason, and you don't normally experience this, we don't usually think of this sort of thing, our minds did not say, hey, this is different. So she looked in the living room, and all the kids and the dog were there. They were all in there. If this was a normal physical presence, the dog would have given chase anyway. If it was perceived by the dog for noise or anything. So I walked across the kitchen to the stairwell, and I went upstairs. There was nothing there. There was nothing there. Nothing visible, nothing alive that I could tell. They were empty. as expected, since all the kids are downstairs. So anyway, much later, we received the answer from a medium that this was a small dragon from the elemental level of the fairy realm dimension. We really had no better explanation than that. Not even a ghost was much of a match to what we had perceived, and the fact that we had differences in our perception, although we perceived something. Interesting, huh?